Hey, good morning, traders. Um, so, not a great morning. For me, it was neither here nor there. I didn't make any trades. Um, the one trade I wanted to make is the one we're looking at here, SPI. She was kind of slow out of the gate, and then she started ripping on the intensity stockwatch scanner. And as you can see here, at 9:48, which is in this candle here. These are 2-minute candles. I guess technically it started here, but I mean, she just started going, and this was all pretty much a solid move up. I mean, there was no pullback, and I was watching it. I think I pulled it up as we were at the top of this candle, as it came over to this candle, and I just saw it shoot up, and I'm like, oh man. And then I pulled it up. Obviously I had it up over here, and I noticed I couldn't short it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just watch this and kind of see if I could have played this correctly. And obviously anyone who paper trades knows it's a lot easier because your money's not really involved. But when I do these trades in my head, I do my best to really kind of focus on what I would actually do. And sure enough, we spiked up here, and time and sales started slowing. Everything just started slowing down. You could kind of just feel it. I had the yellow price line. It was just there. It was kind of like, it was kind of doing this, and it was kept hitting the top. It wasn't continuing the move anymore like it had just made. And in my head, right as I did it, I looked over here. I saw what the bid was at, and I think I hit it. It was, let's see, the high of this candle was 469. Yeah, I was going to say 470, but I realized I knew it was the whole number there. Not whole number, obviously, but it was 460 in my head. I looked over here. I saw it was, the spread was actually a little crazy at the time. It was 460, 465, I want to say. But, that's where I would have got my entry, because she was actually still here. And I think right after I hit it, she kind of jumped up one last time, came back down, and then started this new 2-minute candle. And as you can see, just like on my CLF trade on Friday, I mean, it would have worked perfect, except it would have been a much better move, because I mean, this thing it started coming down slowly, and then it just went ploop, and it pretty much dropped. So even if I didn't get in at the low of this candle at 413, I probably would have got in, somewhere in the 420s. It would be my guess. So 30-40 cent move in 1 to 2 minutes. I mean, it would have been beautiful. And then if you really want to kind of look at it on the 1 minute, she even starts to form a volatile descending triangle. And then, I can draw the lines for you. You got it here. I like to always go off of when she comes down, comes back up, and then start the triangle. So it would technically kind of be like this. And then like this. So technically she did have like a little bit of a descending triangle. This thing was pretty volatile, as you can see. Look at these candles. They were going anywhere from 460 to 425 in a minute, 456 to 430. But if you're looking for those volatile moves, it still did a descending triangle in a way, and then you got the finish of the pattern. So you got the little parabolic move up, the little flush down, come right back up, start your triangle, just like I showed you guys on Friday and in the informational video on Saturday, and you get your flush. So if you got in anywhere in this candle, we'll say you got in at the low of this candle, which was 430, this thing went all the way down to 384. So you're talking 40 cents, upwards, 20 to 40 cents, somewhere in there. Because this move was pretty quick too. It shot down, got bought back up, and then she started kind of fading a little bit. And as you can see throughout the rest of the day, she kind of started climbing back up. And I like to look at this a little bit better on the 2 minute. She started clawing her way back up, and if you really want to look at it on the big flush, you could almost go the other way around. She comes up, comes back down, starts forming an ascending triangle. It's a really sloppy one, but it is there. And here's actually a really good example, guys. If you get a move up like this, and it comes down, comes back up, and then starts forming that triangle, but look at this one. So she comes up, obviously it's not as big of a move, but you could still consider it, comes down, comes back up, and then she starts forming, and she gets her flush So you would have had to get out here to really make this move work. But look at these bottoming tails. I mean, there's no better sign that this thing is probably going to short squeeze with everyone that got in here short twice. So you got some people that are holding here looking for a bigger move, and then maybe they even re-added here for the VWAP fade, and then it just kept getting bought up, and right once you broke through VWAP, look what happened. And then people started shorting it again, obviously brought it right back down. But the bulls weren't done. I mean, just look how strong this thing got. But sure enough, she broke high a day, kind of gave you a little bit of a fake out breakout, and now it looks like she might be done. So there's a lot to learn from just this one security today in SPI. So there's a lot of patterns that actually played correctly. I mean, the descending triangle worked twice. I mean, this one wasn't as forgiving. You had to kind of hit this one perfect. If you're someone that looks for bottoming tails, you know, they're there. You even kind of got the trade line. This is, to me, it's like the 20 on the 1 minute. It might look a little bit better here, but usually when you get the trade line coming through VWAP, a lot of people use that, and you'll get a continuation move. As you can see, as she crossed over, she kind of continued through. Same thing with the 2 minute. It was a little bit later. It's usually a pretty strong move when she does come through. As you can see, you did get that pop through high a day when it happened on the 2 minute. So with that said, that was really the biggest gainer, and it was the only one I saw this morning that I was even interested in trading, and I couldn't trade it. So it was a bit frustrating. The only other one that I was looking at was Matt, because she looked like when she spiked up that she might give us an opportunity here. I just didn't like how when she came up and when she flushed, you know, that was probably the better move to play, but I don't really like playing that move that much unless it's like a really volatile move, and the volume on this wasn't that great. The float's a little bit bigger. She came down, but she didn't really come back up, so I didn't really like, you know, considering this a descending triangle. I like for this candle to almost come at least 3/4 of the way back up and then start forming a triangle. And as you can see, she wasn't really definitive on any kind of a move that she was making today. One of the other ones I looked at was Dew. She kind of did the same thing. Again, I just didn't like how she didn't really come back up. I mean, she kind of did, but I mean, didn't really give me enough time to look at this one for this little bit of a flush. And I mean, as you can see, she's just kind of consolidating now. And the last one I looked at was NVTA. She went off on the scanners as well. She came down, but when she started to come back up, I mean, she just kept on going, and this was on really low volume, so I really wasn't paying attention to this one as much. Matt was really the one I was looking at the most. But with that said, guys, another no trade day. Frustrating because this would have been a great trade, but stay green and like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that very much. Leave any questions or comments down in the comment section below, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. See you.